We've reviewed the movie, we've ranked the characters, and now it is time for us to rank the deaths. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment on day 2 of the Halloween 31 day special. It is time to rank the deaths of the Quarantine 2 characters. And the funny thing is, pretty much everybody in this movie dies except one, so we've pretty much got the same amount of deaths as we do characters. We had 18 characters, however with the deaths of 16 because we did combine 2 people into the one death since they basically died at the same time off screen. How the hell can you separate that? I'm not too sure.
You can't separate it, so they got joined.
So yeah, we have not separated, we've just decided to stick it all in. And coming in at last place in number 16, we have Preston, who was played by Lamar Stewart. Look, I did not like this guy as a character, and his death was a nothing death. He basically goes back to get his laptop, and we find him just dead on the floor. I mean, not a lot else to add.
Yeah, did he get a virus off his laptop?
Who knows, maybe he did. Did he get a virus in the laptop, virus off a human being? Who knows what he got, but he's got 16th on our list because he was a crap character and he got an off-screen death, so I mean, that pretty much sums it up. Coming in at number 15, we have Beth. And Beth, again, almost died off screen. She was the carer of Doc. When they retrieve Beth, when they find Beth, she stayed behind to look after Doc. When they end up finding her, turns out she's already bitten. And then she pretty much turns instantly and chases down Jenny. And then she gets like locked in a room, and that's pretty much it for Beth. Not exciting.
Yeah, I feel like most of these people at the lower end are just going to be off screen sort of job.
I think the problem is with movies like this, when you've got so many deaths, when like 99% of the characters die, it's like not every death can be good. Some of them are going to be
that's
shit deaths, and Beth's kind of was shit. Coming at number 14, we're putting Pilot, Captain Forrest, and co-pilot Wilsey in at 14th. We're putting them in combined because they were both alive, albeit I think Wilsey was about to turn, but they were both alive when the passengers got off the plane, and when the passengers returned to the plane, they were both missing, and then we found them infected. That's it, really. I think the reason, though, why we're putting them a little bit higher is because they both created a jump scare. You had Captain Forrest attack Jenny from behind, and then you had Jenny spying co-pilot Wilsey down the aisle, crawling about crazy. So I thought that was pretty good. But overall, I mean, their deaths weren't great.
No, their deaths weren't great. Again, it's pretty much the exact same thing. And the fact they're both in matching uniforms, both were left behind at the exact same spot. Just, you have to rank them the same, or else what would you be doing in your life?
What would you do? Coming in at number 13, we have Niall. Unlucky for him. He ranked a little bit higher in our character list, but in terms of death, yeah, he's only coming in 13th. We see signs of him getting sick, and then he turns and ends up killing his wife.
Though, because, right, you know what, it was on screen, so there's a plus. But he was, like, standing, he was fine. Oh, you're bit, mate, and then next minute he turned.
Yeah, he turned relatively quickly, and I'm still not sure where he got bit. Did he get bit by the rat, or did he get... Who bit him?
I'm not sure, but I just don't
I thought he might have got bit by the rat when he was searching for his gun. I mean, either way, he was infected. I'm not too sure, though, at what point he got infected. But listen, his death wasn't great, so therefore, he's coming in at 13th. And coming in at 12, it's going to be his wife, Susan, just above him. She's standing right next to him. Everyone's telling her, leave him behind, he's going to turn, he's going to kill us all. And she just, well, I mean, she was about to leave him behind, but then she gets dragged out of the truck, and yeah, she gets torn apart really by Niall. So I mean, it sucked for her. Coming in at number 11, we have Nika. She was the girlfriend of the foreign couple. Her death wasn't exactly great, but she does get wiped out. We actually see it, her getting dragged away by an infected Paula, but kinda she gets pulled away and then killed off screen as well. So I'm not going to sit here and say it was great.
No, it was actually one of the ones that's first on the list that was on screen.
It's on screen, so there you go. It's got a positive, it's got a plus, but it was not great. So yeah, Nika coming in at number 11. Coming in at number 10, we have Louise, the cat lady. I just think the fact that she got bit by a cat, I mean, it's probably better than what Nika got, or what Susan got, or what Niall got. because she was about to take the injection that the CDC were giving her, and then the cat just like randomly turned on her and went, "Fuck you, bitch," and started chewing her.
What the fuck you doing getting your vaccine?
Took a bite out of her because the cat obviously didn't approve of it.
Like
so
Paw Patrol on that plane?
yeah, so she's coming in at number 10. Moving in at number 9, we have Horse, who was the male of the foreign couple, and he tries to leave the hangar with the CDC. I mean, how quickly did this guy try and fucking leave? And it's almost like he was leaving his girlfriend behind. He's like, screw this shit, I'm out of here. And did he really think it was going to be that simple? I mean, let's be real, even if they didn't get shot down, I mean, he was obviously going to get held or retained somewhere. He wasn't going to just walk out like. And
yeah, I don't think people think in these situations.
if it was just a simple case of him walking out and going home, I mean, everyone else would have done it. So he gets gunned down by along with the CDC members. So yeah, that sucks for him. Coming in at number 8, we have the CDC member himself. He's trapped in the containing truck with the rest of the survivors, and he basically tells them what is happening, what they're being tested for, and he says that we're all screwed essentially because we're all going to turn, we're all going to die, we're going to get infected. And then he takes a gun, he grabs it off Henry, and he shoots himself. So yeah. There you go, CDC guy just taking one for the team.
Yep, takes one for the team.
Suicide, can't really rank it any higher, to be fair.
No, I mean, it was a good wee ending discussion from him.
And as Tam once said, suicide doesn't deserve a kitty, and it doesn't deserve any higher than 8th place on our list. Coming in at number 7, we have Paula. Paula got bit relatively early in the movie. She managed to survive a decent length of time. She was locked up alongside Doc, but in the end, she did turn, she did try and attack the rest of the survivors. She takes out Nika. She has a little bit of a showdown in her infected form against Jenny. And I think the scene where she gets attacked by Ralph in the first place and gets bitten is a pretty good scene. And yeah, 7. I think we're getting towards the better deaths now.
Yeah, we are. We're definitely getting there. I mean, that's to be expected though when you get to like the top 10.
Lucky
regions.
number 7. Coming in number 6, we have Henry. So Henry kind of dies off screen. Well, I say kinda. He does die off screen, unfortunately. But we get to see him bitten on screen, and then we're factoring the fact that he did take this vaccine that he's created for it.
That is one of the worst scenes I've ever seen in movie
and he injects this big needle into his fucking eyeball. And the worst thing of it is, it doesn't even work. He turns anyway. It's like, you just injected yourself in the fucking eye, and it didn't even work.
He's being very cocky for a guy who doesn't know it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a 50-50 chance here, probably, and he's acting as if he's going to walk out and survive. And then his infected form gets his head bashed in, really, by a wrench from Jenny. So, yeah, no, Henry had a pretty good death. Coming at number 5, we have Ed. We really liked Ed, played by Ignacio Sarachicho. He was our favourite character. He ranked number 1 in the characters list, but in the deaths, he comes in at number 5. He tried to be heroic. He tried to save the women and the kid, but in the end, he took a bullet to the chest.
I thought it was a weak way for him to die.
Yeah, I thought one bullet he might have survived or bled out, but he seemed to die. Just
like why couldn't the bullet just hit him in the head?
It seems like an instant death. Like, where the hell did the bullet hit him?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know.
It looked like it hit him in the stomach, yet he died instantly. Surely you would bleed out first. I don't know. But Ed coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have Sheila. It's revealed that she's bitten, but she does a very heroic thing. She tries to give Jenny a chance to escape, and she sacrifices herself. She gives Jenny the night vision goggles, and then she runs in the opposite direction from Jenny, and she makes a lot of noise, calls all the infected towards her to give Jenny an opportunity to slip past them. I mean, this was pretty good, but if you think about it, I mean, she died about 7 seconds later, so her
a good sacrifice.
It was a small window, but a window nonetheless.
Yep, a window.
I tell you what, it certainly wouldn't have been a big enough window for Ralph to fit through, and Ralph comes in at number 3, the big fat man. He gets bit very early on in the movie, gets infected by one of Henry's so-called hamsters, even though we know that's bullshit now. He turns on the plane, he attacks everybody, basically attacks everybody on the plane, gets locked in the bathroom. We see that scene where he's running up the aisle at full speed. He runs into Jenny. That's a pretty good speed. Then, he gets locked in the bathroom by Pilot and Captain. And just when you think he might be done, no, he comes back again, infected form. In the hangar, he attacks everyone and ends up getting hanged up and literally choked out. So
it's the big show.
So yeah, Ralph had a pretty good death. Coming in number 3. Coming in number 2, we have Jenny. She survives right to the end. Unfortunately, though, she doesn't make it out alive. We see her crawling through the hidden tunnel. with the kid, who's not on this list, by the way, because he survived. So good luck to George, I guess. But we see Jenny, she's behind George, telling him to go. George keeps looking behind him to see where Jenny is, and Jenny's getting slower. She's breathing heavier, and then he sees that there is like a wound on Jenny's like stomach. It turns out she's been bitten. She tells George to keep on going. He's looking behind. It must be pretty freaky knowing that she's going to turn and just come after him. He does make it out, and Jenny makes it out as well to the gates, but unfortunately she's turned. She tries to grab at George, but she can't get to him. George then survives, and Jenny, I guess, is just left there infected in that kind of state. And then we move into number 1, and we have Doc. Yes, Doc, played by Tom Fawn. He had Parkinson's. He was ill. I mean, it's very severe stage of Parkinson's, I think, because he couldn't really talk. He couldn't really move.
In a nutshell.
He couldn't get out of his wheelchair. He basically couldn't do anything, and therefore there was no way he could really avoid his death, and he's just sitting there, unfortunately, not really anyone paying attention to him. And then we see one of the infected rats jump on top of his bald little head, and they take a bite out of him. George tried to swipe it away, couldn't do it in time, and that was it for Doc. But I think probably the best part about this is when he does fully turn, he just gets up. He gets up out the wheelchair like he's fully healed, and then he just takes a chunk out of a CDC officer. So
when I rise up,
who would have thought it? All Doc really needed was to cure of his disease was just to get bit by a rat.
And he did.
And there you go, guys. That is our list for all the deaths in Quarantine 2 Terminal, and that will be it for day 2 of our 31-day special on October, where we're reviewing 31 horror movies, ranking all the characters and ranking all the deaths. A 90 free video month special coming to you guys. Day 2 is now over. Now let us know your thoughts down below on this movie, on the deaths, on the characters. We will catch you tomorrow, and I believe we will have an appearance for Big Ron Perlman.
oh aye,
Big Ron,
baby.
Till next time though, peace.